Okay, this is the Desert Blockchain Camp open house on Saturday, February the 12th, 2022. My name is Jay Carpenter. I'll stop screen sharing. And welcome to the open house today. We're going to be featuring a workshop for the first hour with Shane Sandler, Blockchaingerous, who's going to be showing us how to set up a wallet on the Stellar network and create some NFTs, some non-fungible tokens, and possibly trade those. And then that'll go till about noon today and Arizona time, and then we'll have an hour break for lunch here at the camp, and you'll just see a placeholder screen. And then at 1 o'clock, we'll open up the Zoom and the live stream again for any kind of conversation that might be of interest to the community. So if you are watching on the YouTube live stream, feel free to type your questions in the right side, and I am monitoring that. And if you are interested in becoming a Desert Blockchain citizen, you can join via Patreon and get a link to the Zoom and hey Charlie, and then be interactive with us today. So and anybody's welcome on the open houses to join us live here at the camp at 27th Avenue and Georgia and Phoenix, Arizona. So you should be able to see all the information below in the YouTube live stream, detail notes and so forth, and click on our link to the meetup and get additional information. So we have these open houses now on the second Saturday of every month. And if you happen to be a developer and you have some coding skills, feel free to reach out to me, Jay Carpenter. My LinkedIn profile is noted on the notes below the YouTube. And you might be qualified to receive an invitation for some invitation-only sessions that we're having most Saturdays. We won't be having a session next Saturday, the 19th of February. We had a little scheduling snafu, and we'll be guarding against that in the future. We'd like to have something happening every Saturday. So we welcome your participation. I'm going to turn it over to Shane Sandler, Blockchaingerous, and he's going to show us a little bit about Stellar NFTs and some other interesting information. Take it away, Shane.
All right. Thank you very much, Jay. I am Shane Sandler. I go by Blockchaingerous on the internet. And I am welcoming you all back. It's been a little while, so I'm happy to be back. If you don't know me or any of my projects, what you see in the background on my video here is called Crypto Cannoneer, which is a game I have been developing for about a year now. And it's a live stream turret, basically, that you can move around via the internet. You can use the messaging app Telegram to move this. It's basically a glorified potato cannon. It's an air gun with actuators that you can aim over the internet, and you can arm it, and you can fire tennis balls right here in the warehouse. And we're working on some NFT integrations for rewards for players and all sorts of things like that. So please keep in touch and check out Crypto Cannoneer if you haven't yet. So moving on, I am pretty involved in the Stellar community. And so Stellar Lumens is a blockchain that is very high speed and low fees. And it's useful for creating NFTs and games and microtransactions. And so that's why it's my network of choice, amongst other reasons. So let's go ahead and dive into some of the NFT ecosystem here on Stellar. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you, and we will get started. Let's see, let's go ahead and share this window here. Okay, so getting started with NFTs on Stellar. So a lot of different blockchain communities are kind of focused around one NFT marketplace, and the same is true for Stellar. So if you're into the Ethereum ecosystem, you're probably familiar with OpenSea. If you're into the Wax NFT system, you're probably familiar with the Atomic Assets Marketplace. And so the equivalent for Stellar is Lightmint. Lightmint.com is definitely the #1 Stellar NFT marketplace. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to go ahead and get a Stellar wallet set up and basically mint and purchase NFTs right here on Lightmint. So the first thing you're going to want to do to get a Stellar wallet is choose a wallet of choice. And there's a lot of different ways to manage a cryptocurrency wallet. One of the most popular ones is to use a browser extension, and that's what we're going to be showing today. So there is a new browser extension wallet for Stellar called Rabbit. So we'll go ahead, it's RABET. So Rabbit is a browser extension wallet that is similar to MetaMask, if you're familiar with the Ethereum ecosystem. And Rabbit is cool because it's developed by an independent developer, and it's all open source, and he actually won some funding from the Stellar Community Fund about 6 months ago to really flesh out the offerings and what this wallet is capable of. And so it's really come a long way. So we'll go ahead and pull up the download for that, and it installs just like any other extension would. So you go ahead and just add it to your browser, and we'll go ahead and add it right there. And Rabbit, there are other browser extension wallets for Stellar, but I prefer Rabbit. I think that it's one of the most robust. And so Freighter is definitely the other most popular one. So we'll go ahead and pull up Rabbit here. I think Rabbit is a little bit more beginner friendly than Freighter. That's the main reason why I'm recommending it right now, as opposed to Freighter, which maybe has a little bit more integration. So once you've got your Rabbit extension, you just have to set up a password for it. So I will go ahead and do that. Just something that I'll hopefully remember. All right, and so now if you already have a Stellar wallet, when you have your seed phrase or your secret key, you can import it right here, but we're gonna go ahead and show you how to create a new Stellar wallet. So we'll call this Desert Demo. We're here in Desert Blockchain, and we'll create this wallet. And so there's the private key here. So it's a really bad idea to live stream your private key like this. So don't do this in the future. We're just kind of showing it off here, and hopefully no one's going to type this in and drain this account of all of our funds while we're doing our demo. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. You also definitely want to make a copy of your private key somewhere that is secure. You don't want to just store it in like a plain text on your computer or anything like that. Definitely use something that encrypts it, or you can write it down on a physical piece of paper is a good option as well. I'm just saving that secret key real quick so I don't lose it. All right, so I've got that secret key saved, and we're gonna go ahead and continue. Hopefully you'll never need it, but if for some reason you lose your password, you'll need your secret key or your seed phrase to gain access to your Stellar wallet again. So this is what a basic browser extension wallet manager looks like. It shows you your assets that are in your wallet. It shows you your public address for receiving, and you can add more assets. You can look at transactions and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead right now and fund this wallet from my Freighter wallet that I already have set up. So you'll be able to see this real quick. So this is a wallet we've used for some of our older demos. So this Jack right here, this is actually an NFT that we built for Halloween. This was a Halloween NFT. And so we're going to actually end up using this wallet to generate some more NFTs again today, and we'll be able to buy them with the other wallet. And by the way, we are offering today to give you $1 worth of free lumens. If you want to follow along with this, go ahead and download Rabbit right now and set up a wallet. Or if you are familiar with other wallets or the Stellar ecosystem, feel free to set up a Stellar wallet with any wallet manager that you like. And we'll be happy to fund you with $1 worth of free lumens today so that you can go ahead and buy some of these NFTs we're going to generate. So hopefully some people will take us up on that. If you don't want to use a browser extension, or if you're here in person and you're on your phone, I highly recommend Lobster. Lobster is definitely my favorite app wallet for Stellar. If you wanted to go ahead and download the Lobster app for your phone, this is another really great Stellar wallet. This is my preferred mobile wallet for sure. So if you want to go ahead and do that, you can set up a Stellar wallet similarly easily. You just got to set up a password, and I think it makes you back up your seed phrase as well. So it's a little bit less beginner friendly than Rabbit, because Rabbit doesn't make you mess around with your seed phrase and get you all involved in that. So we're going to go back to Lightmint here, and we're going to create an NFT. So we'll go ahead and get our Freighter wallet connected. We could connect our Rabbit wallet. It's just as easy, but I'm just, for my own sanity, I'm just going to keep generating NFTs from my Freighter wallet so that I can kind of keep track of things. So this is basically just asking if you want to share your public key with the website, with Lightmint, and there's really no risk in that. It's just a public key. And so now it's connected. It's looking at this public wallet to see if I've got any NFTs or anything like that.
There's a question on the live stream about the security of setting up a wallet on a mobile phone.
Sure.
If you could speak to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a question about the security of setting up a wallet on a mobile phone. I personally think that it's secure. It depends, of course, on what app you're using. And I mean, you know, there is a lot of questions, I guess, about that between the hardware and, you know, a lot of rumors about things like that. I personally don't have any problem with it. I have multiple wallets that I've set up through my mobile phone and through apps. But that being said, I don't keep more than a few $100s on any of those wallets. They're mostly just for playing around and for testing. If we're talking about a truly secure storage, you definitely want to go with a hardware wallet like a Ledger or a Trezor. And if you know that's not an option for you right now, there are other cold wallet solutions. One of the best ones for Stellar is called Solar. Let me pull that up. So Solar Wallet is one of my preferred secure storage wallets. It's like a pseudo cold storage. It doesn't have a super robust interface for like interacting with all of the different features of Stellar. It's a very minimalistic. It's meant to be like a digital cold wallet, and they've got a great app. So if you're looking for something to store a few more funds a little bit more securely, this would be my recommendation, but it doesn't have nearly the same feature set or as robust of an app as Lobster does. But Lobster is run by a company called Ultra Stellar that has been involved in the Stellar community since 2014. So they've built up a lot of trust with the community, and I personally find them to be very trustworthy. I interact with a lot of their assets in addition to using their apps. They also run Stellar X, which is a really nice web-based viewer for the Stellar decentralized exchange. So if you're on a computer, I recommend checking out Stellar X as well. They just don't have an app, so it's not mobile. So yeah, I don't have any problem with setting up a wallet on mobile or on Lobster, but with that being said, I wouldn't put too much money in there. You know, especially if you lose your phone, you know, you can password protect these apps, and most of them have two-factor authentication available, but a lot of times that two-factor device is your phone. So if you lose your phone and you have all of your wallets and everything accessible on your phone, that could be very problematic. So, and additionally, whenever I set up a wallet on my phone, I make sure to create a backup of either the seed phrase or the secret key somewhere outside of the phone, whether that's in a cloud storage or a physical piece of paper or somewhere in like an encrypted file on my home computer. Well, you always do one of those things too, just in case you lose that device. You will need a way to access your account again if you don't know your password. Okay, so back to Lightmint. So we've got our Freighter wallet connected to Lightmint, so we can create our own NFT. Let's go to create right here. And let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and snap a picture of the warehouse right here, and we'll go ahead and mint that as an NFT. So I'm just gonna go out here. Let's see. Okay, let's get this photo sent over to this computer. Emailing it to myself. I'll get it downloaded real quick and we'll get it uploaded to IPFS and it will live forever on the blockchain. Fun. Okay, let me pull up my email and get that photo downloaded. Just downloading that photo real quick so we can upload it to IPFS. And so if we were doing this manually, we'd have to go in and mess with IPFS, but since Lightmint handles all that for us, that makes it pretty nice. So we're gonna drag this photo right into here, and there's the photo we just took. And let's go ahead and mint, let's say 10 of them. And we're gonna call it Desert Blockchain Demo. Oh, so the characters are somewhat limited. So it looks like I reached the end. If I get rid of these spaces, it'll fit. Desert Blockchain Demo. And item description, let's say 2, 12, 22, Desert Blockchain NFT Demo. All right, and we'll go ahead and hit next. And so that's gonna go ahead and post that to IPFS for us. And we don't need to mess with, so the Stellar Toml file is if you want to list like custom domains and have it connected to your own website and everything like that. So we're gonna just leave that alone and we're ready to launch. So we can customize our item code. So this is limited to 12 characters. So we'll just go with Desert Demo, how about that? And so then it's going to issue that account or that NFT, I mean. So, all right, so it's posting that photo to IPFS and it's generating the transaction for the, let's pull up this real quick. It's generating the transaction for Stellar, but we still have to sign it. So we'll go right here to sign it and it's going to pop up. Oh, you guys probably can't see the pop-up because I'm only sharing this window with you, but it's popping up my Freighter account. Asking for my password to confirm, and it's giving me a transaction, and it looks like the total fees are very small as always, and I'm confirming it. And Lightmint is now processing that Stellar transaction onto the blockchain. So there we go, successfully processed. So we can go right here, click this link to view on Stellar Expert. Stellar Expert is one of the preferred Stellar blockchain explorers. It's definitely my favorite. And here we go. So this is the transaction that we just approved and sent onto the real Stellar blockchain. This wasn't a test net. This is going to live forever right here on Stellar. So we created a new account, and that new account is the account that actually generated the NFT. And so this is my my Freighter account for Stellar. It established a trust line to the new NFT. It received the NFT, and then the original account, or the account that actually issued the NFT, is set up all of the data and everything that is needed to actually point to that IPFS photo. So here is this freighter account that this is the browser, the Stellar Blockchain Explorer view of this account that we have right here in Freighter. So we've got like 20 bucks worth of lumens. We've got our demo NFT, and we've got Desert Demo. This is the one we just minted right here. So we've got that NFT now, and we can set it up for sale. And this is the IPFS hash right here that actually links to the photo, and that's going to live forever on Filecoin blockchain. So we've got that NFT now. We can go to our item page. And we can set it to be for sale. We go to sell this item. We'll sell all 10 of them. And let's say we'll sell them for half a lumen. That's lumens, I think, are 20 cents right now, 25 cents. So half a lumen's like 10 cents. And we'll offer those up. And it's asking me to confirm the transaction again. Go ahead and confirm that. All right, and it was successfully processed. So these are all now available and people can go ahead and buy them. So let me switch my screen share and browser so that we can open up a different wallet here. Or actually, I guess we can just keep doing it here. Let's just open up a new, I guess I'll just log out of this. How about that? So Desert Blockchain Demo. So we're going to go ahead and switch wallets. We're going to switch over to Rabbit here and put in my password. Desert Blockchain would like to connect to your account. Connect request. I'm not sure. I think that this is trying to tie my two accounts together, which is not what I want to do. So let's go ahead and switch over here to Rabbit, and I'll switch browsers, and let me stop my screen share and switch it. All right, so we're going to stop screen share. I'm going to go ahead and just share my whole monitor with you guys so you can see exactly what I've got going on. We'll share that, and we're going to switch over to Brave. We'll get Rabbit installed on Brave, and we can interact with that new wallet we just created, or we could create another one, I suppose, but I'll just import that one and show you how that works. So we'll go to Rabbit, grab Rabbit. Yeah, feel free to follow along with this if you guys want to establish your own wallet. Install for Chrome, which is actually Brave. Add that to Brave. Yes, yes. All right, so we're installing that. It's been added. We're going to go ahead and go right here to Rabbit. And let's see. So we'll set up the password for Rabbit on this browser. And we can import that wallet we just created, actually. Let me grab the secret key that I just put in for that. Let's organize this. There we go. That's that secret key that we just generated. And like I've said, don't ever show your secret key on a live stream like this. It's a terrible practice. As soon as somebody sees that, they could type that in and steal all the funds in this account. But we're only going to be putting about $1 in here. So if someone decides to do that, you know, they're really just hurting all of us. So we'll rename this demo. Come on. Okay, so now in order to fund this account and get it actually able to buy these NFTs, we need to receive some lumens. So if anybody chooses to create their own Stellar account, you can just post your public key right here, either right on the Zoom call, or you can post it into our Telegram chat, just anywhere that we can get access to it. And we'd be happy to give you $1 worth of lumens right now. And then you'll be able to actually purchase some of these NFTs. So this is the receiving address for that Rabbit account that we just created. I'm going to go back over to my Freighter account and send it some lumens. So we're going to go to account one. Oh, you know what? Freighter actually won't let me do. So this is one of the main reasons why I like Rabbit more than Freighter. It allows you to generate transactions much easier. Freighter is really only for signing transactions when somebody else, some website is trying to push a transaction and you just want to sign it. So this is actually going to be tricky to send lumens to Rabbit using that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it right on my phone with my Lobster account. So we'll go to receive again, and I'm going to grab my phone and I'm going to pull up my Lobster Wallet, and we'll go ahead and send like 5 lumens on over. So I'm going to use this QR code right here. Just use that, continue, 5 lumens, continue. And we'll put in a memo just for fun. Desert blockchain NFT demo, and send. So this is $1.11 with the current price of lumens, which is more than enough to play with these NFTs, which is great because that would not be the case on some other networks. Okay, so now we should be receiving those any second. There we go, already done. So that's one place where anyone who's familiar with some other blockchain networks should be impressed. It takes 5 seconds. Block times on Stellar are 5 seconds. And so things confirm, it only takes one confirmation. Things confirm basically instantly. So we've got $1 in this account now, which is enough to play around. So we're going to go back to Lightmint, and we will search for that NFT we just created, which is called Desert Blockchain Demo. I know I didn't put spaces in it, but we'll see how well this search function works. Lightmint just released the 1.0 of their website. It's been in beta for 6 months to a year, and they've just released. Okay, why isn't that showing up? So it might only search by the actual name of the NFT, which maybe it shows it right here. It's called Desert Demo. So let's search by that. So maybe their search function isn't as robust as I would hope it was. Let's see. So we should be able to find it using this link right here. I know that I've been able to search for NFTs that I've just created before, but like I said, their 1.0 of their website is pretty new. Let's see why we can't find this. I wonder if it has something to do with it being an unverified creator. How can we get to this? I guess we can just take this link right here. Shouldn't matter if we're the creator or not. The link to the item should work. There we go. Okay, so this is that NFT we just minted. As you can see, you can buy it for half a lumen, which is 11 cents. You can also change the market to see it in a different, so basically Stellar Decentralized Exchange allows you to use any asset, including USD coin or tokenized stocks or whatever. So you can actually change the market to show you the price in whatever asset you want to use. You can use wrapped Bitcoin or wrapped Ethereum. There's all sorts of assets. You can use literally any asset to pay for this, and it'll handle the conversions between the multiple assets.
How do you want people to communicate their wallet address to you?
So one of the easiest ways to post your wallet address would be right here in the Zoom chat. And then I can just copy and paste it. And
some of them don't have Zoom, so
okay,
tell them to put it in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, you can put it right in the YouTube chat. That would be perfect. Yeah, you can put it into the YouTube chat. You can put it into the Zoom chat. Anywhere that we can get, just copy and paste it, and I can go ahead and send you some lumens. Since it's a little bit tricky to find this NFT without this link, we might have to find out a better way to communicate that back to you. I can put this link into the YouTube chat. That might be the best way to do it. So let me pull up the Zoom call. And Jay, can you put the YouTube link in the Zoom chat? And then I can link to this NFT, since the search function doesn't seem to want to play nice right now. So anyways, I'll show you guys exactly what you would need to do to buy this. So you could go through your Rabbit, but what you're going to do is connect your wallet to Lightmint right here. So we'll go with, since we're using Rabbit, we'll do Rabbit, and you got to put in your password, unlock it, connect it. And there we go. Our Rabbit account is connected. And so we can buy it for half an XLM. So this is setting up the trust line and making the purchase and confirm. So that's Lightmint pushing that transaction through the Stellar network. And it should be done already. There we go. Successfully processed. So we should have that NFT in our wallet now. So we can take a look at our Rabbit wallet again. And here we go, Desert demo right here. We have that NFT. So, and yeah, you can click on it here, and you can, so if you wanted to take a look at it on the Blockchain Explorer, you can grab the issuer account, and you can go to stellar.expert, and you can put it into the Blockchain Explorer and find that issuing account. So this is the account that issued the NFT. This is the actual NFT right here. So let's take a look at that. And you can see who holds them. So as you can see here, there's 2 holders. This is just a rounding error of how the Blockchain Explorer handles it.
The YouTube link is in.
Oh, okay.
Chat.
So I will grab, so we can start sending some of these links around in case anybody else wants to play along and with this. Let me stop my screen share, or I can just get the chat right here. So here's the YouTube link. Let me pull up YouTube, and then I can put the link to this NFT right in there. All right, but pause that so we don't get crazy feedback going on. Here's the chat right here. Say something. Why can't I click this? Oh, I'm clicking in the wrong spot. So that's the link to the NFT right there. I'm gonna take a look at this chat right here. So yeah, you do need some lumens to buy NFTs, just like you would need a little bit of ETH on the Ethereum network. So lumens has minimum lumen requirements for various account actions. And then unlike gas, basically the transaction fee is constant on Stellar. Every transaction costs, it's 100 stroops, which is 0.00001 lumens. So basically 1 lumen will buy you like 10,000 transactions on the Stellar network. So as far as why anyone would buy this, they just would buy it because it's fun. It's interesting. It just to say that they were here when this demo was going on. There's plenty of other choices if you actually want to invest in something, or there's some art that you're interested in. So that would be, it's just kind of up to whatever people want to support. If they want to support this project, if they just want to play along. So that is how that would go. I'm just looking back through these messages here. So as far as storing with encryption, so you can store, you can set up basically a folder right on your hard drive that has encryption. So I could show you that real quick if you want to see. So we could just go to documents and make a new folder. New folder. Just call it encrypted. And then I think you just go, I haven't done this in a while. I think you go to properties, security, maybe customers. So it's been a while since I've actually done folder encryption. Oh, okay, now we're file encrypted, not shared. So I'm gonna have to look into that again. It's been a while, but you can basically just create any folder on your computer to be encrypted locally. And that would be one way that you could store it encrypted, or if you use a password manager like LastPass or any of those password managers, they store all of your secure notes and passwords and things like that encrypted. As far as the Telegram messenger goes, it's t.me/Cannoneers. I can put that link in the YouTube chat as well. Cancel. So this would be how you can join the Telegram group. That is just for the Crypto Cannoneer Telegram. We don't have like a Desert blockchain Telegram. Let me put that link right here in the YouTube. That's the Telegram chat link if you want to put your wallet address in there, or you can put it right here in the YouTube chat, and we'll go ahead and fund you with 4 or 5 lumens, and then you'll be able to play around. Let's see, I'm just looking through these comments again. Fun with PayPal from bank account, no freighter. Yeah, since you don't have another account with lumens in it, if you didn't have someone like me who was offering to give you some lumens, there are ways to purchase lumens with fiat, with USD. Like the Lobster app that I was recommending, they do have a credit card gateway. But the other way to get a hold of some lumens would be through like a registered exchange. If you have like a Coinbase account or a Kraken account, they can interact with credit cards and bank accounts, and they all offer lumens. So you can buy XLM on any exchange, and then you could fund a personal wallet so that you can play around with NFTs, because most of those exchange accounts can't support custom assets on Stellar like NFTs and other things like that. All right. So I think I've answered most of the questions here in the YouTube chat. Let me go back to this Lightmint link right here. Let's see if it's showing updates on how many are available and things like that. I haven't played around with Lightmint that much since they've gone to their main launch. Things have changed a little bit since the beta version, and it looks really good. I'm really liking it. But yeah, so you can see here that the originator only has 9 of them left, and then my Rabbit account that we created has 1 of them right here. Looks like someone just joined the Telegram chat here. Feel free to post your wallet address in here if you want to share it and get some lumens. Let's see. So that is pretty much what I had planned on sharing here with you guys. So you can see how easy and how cheap it is to mint NFTs here on Stellar and Lightmint. So like this is the Rabbit wallet that we just used, and we sold it for 10 or 11 cents, and the transaction fees are negligible. We've still got 4.49998 lumens of the 5 that I sent into this account. One thing that you can see that is kind of cool. So if you go back to the Blockchain Explorer, Stellar Expert here shows you how many of your lumens are reserved. So while I do have almost 5 lumens here, only 3 of them are actually available. You can see right here, because the other 2 are being used for those account minimums that Stellar requires. Basically, Stellar requires you to have a half a lumen on reserve for pretty much everything you do. So whether that is holding a custom asset or making an offer, every single one of those things requires a half lumen in reserve. So like if you want to hold 10 assets, you're going to have 5 lumens in reserve. And then if you want to have 5 active offers on or 10 active offers on the Stellar Decentralized Exchange, that's going to require another 5 lumens in reserve. So the more robust and bigger your wallet gets, the more lumens are required to be reserved. And if you do try to close out your Stellar account completely, you can recover all those lumens that are in reserve. There's also a base reserve of, I think it's 1 lumen just to open an account. And then, so for this, what we're looking at right here, so it's 1 lumen to open the account. It's a half a lumen to have the trust line for this account, for this asset. And then I'm not sure what else we have going on with this account that is eating up that other lumen and a half, but that's sort of how the base reserve works for lumens. All right, so I'm seeing a few messages here in the Telegram chat. So let me go ahead and pull Mark's address here and send you 4 lumens. Let's see here. Let me pull up, since it's going to be easier to send these lumens around. Actually, I'm going to send some more to this Rabbit account. I'm not going to do that because the Rabbit account is compromised. So I'll just go ahead and send these lumens right from my Lobster account here on my phone. Let me get on the Telegram and copy Mark's public key here. Copy, and I'll go ahead and send it from my Lobster account. Send to a Stellar wallet, paste from clipboard, GBQ, PLD, looks good. All right. Continue. We'll go ahead and send you 4 lumens. Demo, I'll just say for the transaction memo. Okay, and hello Morpheus, I see you here in the chat, and let me know if you have a Stellar wallet you'd like some lumens in. All right, Mark, I just sent you 4 lumens, and that should be enough to buy one of these NFTs if you want. And let me go back to the YouTube link here, check on the chat here. Okay, looks like there's no more messages in the chat, but you should have those lumens, Mark. And if you go to the link for the NFT, you can just go ahead and, well, I don't know if you set your wallet up with Rabbit or however you did it. In order to use Lightmint, you have to connect your wallet using one of these options. So you can use raw transaction signing if you want. It's not nearly as secure because you have to enter your secret key into your browser, which is secure as long as your computer isn't compromised. But there's that risk that you've got a keylogger or something that can change the address of your clipboard or things like that. So raw transaction signing is not recommended as a secure methodology, but it can be done if you're working with small amounts or you're not too concerned with your computer being compromised or something like that. So once you get your wallet connected, then you can go ahead and interact with Lightmint right here. And let me go back. It looks like in the Telegram chat, the lumens were received by Mark, so that's good. I don't know if he should have the link right there to get to this. I'll refresh this again, see if he's managed to buy it. Yeah, and if anyone else has a Stellar account, and you can interact with these NFTs, so you don't actually have to use Lightmint to buy these NFTs. So, and by that, what I mean is, so Stellar has a native decentralized exchange. And so that's where all of, yes, Morpheus, Rabbit is a wallet manager. Rabbit is my preferred Stellar wallet browser extension. So what I was saying is that you don't actually have to use Lightmint to buy these NFTs. You can buy them directly on the Stellar Decentralized Exchange or using any decentralized exchange interface that you prefer. I wonder if we can actually find these NFTs right here on Lobster. So let's give that a try. So trade, what we're looking for is Desert Demo. I don't know if it's populated yet. I think that's what we called it officially. Let me pull it up on Stellar Expert. Item code on Stellar Expert, Desert Demo. Select an asset to trade. So it's not finding it. I think that on my phone, sometimes the search on Lobster is more robust on my phone. Let me actually see if I can find it real quick. Desert Demo. Oops, if I type it correctly. So it's not finding it. I think that Lightmint probably has to repopulate their TOML files, and I don't know how often they do that before that demo, that NFT will be searchable in like a plain text version. But you should be, so some Stellar Explorers allow you to just search by the issuer, which that's this address right here. And let's try that. See if that works. It doesn't look like it's going to let me search it that way. But if you are familiar with decentralized exchanges and working with the Stellar network, you can actually make an offer to buy this NFT directly to the decentralized exchange. You don't have to use an interface like Lightmint. I wonder if, trying to remember what the other popular Stellar term is, what it's called. This is another popular client for interacting with the Stellar Decentralized Exchange. And so maybe it will let me search that issuing account and be able to find that NFT directly without having to use the Lightmint exchange. Just checking on these messages. I don't know why this is taking so long to load. I guess it's trying to load a wallet that I probably don't have connected. Markets exchange, maybe our internet's just running slow. So Stellar term is working slowly, but basically, so Stellar Development Foundation, which is the nonprofit that runs the Stellar network, well, they don't run it, but they sort of administrate it, offers this interface, Stellar Laboratory, and this is super robust, but it isn't the most beginner friendly. But you can basically build any transaction you want here. So if you wanted to buy this NFT directly from the Stellar Decentralized Exchange without having to give any access to Lightmint or sign any of their transactions, you could use the Stellar Laboratory here. And so basically what you would do is fill out this information and you'd go down to manage buy offer. And you're trying to buy the Desert Demo. So you put in Desert Demo, and this is what distinguishes between fakes. So you can make sure, like if somebody else created another NFT called Desert Demo, it won't have the same issuing account. And so this would be what you use to make sure you're buying the one that you really want. Oh, and I put that in the wrong spot. So we'd be using native to buy, that's Lumens, and we'd be buying Desert Demo issued by that account. And you put in, so on Stellar, in order for an asset to be indivisible, which is a big part of NFTs, this is the smallest amount of any asset. It's to the 7th decimal place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So that's how NFTs are dictated on Stellar, is that they're just issued as the smallest amount that the Stellar network can handle, and so that it's indivisible. And that's why when you see it on the blockchain explorer here, it shows up like that as 0.00001, and when it's being rounded, it just shows up as 0, because that's how NFTs are basically just done on the Stellar network to make them indivisible. So it's just that quantity of the asset. So that would be how you could go, and you could just finish filling this out. That does make the pricing a little bit strange because of how the quantity of the asset is designed, but that is how you do it. So let's see. So this is the account that actually has, oh, so this is just the asset itself. So I'm going to asset holders. I'm going to the account that has all of them for sale. So it's got 9 of them. And if we go to active offers, it should show, oh, so that's what's eating up those reserve lumens. So this one, this account has 3.5 lumens in reserve, the difference between our 79.9 and our 76.4, because it has these active offers. Each of these offers costs, or doesn't cost, but it requires a 0.5 lumen to be held in reserve. And so as you can see here, we're actually selling it for 0.5 lumen per NFT, but since they're designated to the 10e to the -7, the price comes in 10 to the 7th. So the price on the Stellar Decentralized Exchange is actually being listed as 5 million lumens per one desert demo, because one desert demo would be like 100,000 of that NFT. So that makes the pricing on the raw Stellar Decentralized Exchange a little bit confusing, which is why a lot of people prefer to use an interface like Lightmint that just converts all that for you and shows you human readable pricing as opposed to scientific notation. So you can see here that there's offers, and if somebody wanted to make a lower bid, they could. So you could put in a bid price of like 0.01 lumens, and that would just show up as a bid, and that would be an active offer on the Stellar Decentralized Exchange. And then whoever the creator is or the seller could choose to lower their price or just match your price or do something like that. This should have trades now since we've bought one. Let's refresh that. Go to history. So it looks like the trades just hasn't updated yet, but if you look at the actual Blockchain Explorer, you can see that that is not true. We'll go to the asset and we'll go to trades. So yeah, you can see here that we made that one trade of when I bought it from myself. Speaking of buying NFTs from yourself, that is one thing to be really worried about in the NFT community when you're buying something that you think is a good deal or something that's expensive. People often engage in what's called wash trading, which is essentially trading to themselves at really high prices to make an NFT look valuable. So I could sell one of these NFTs to myself for $10,000, and then somebody else might come along and think like, oh, I got this NFT for only $5,000. I got it for 50% off, even though it's just some nonsense that I've been wash trading with myself. So be really careful about using the trade history of an asset to try to value what an NFT should, or you might be able to resell it for, because it could all be just total bullshit. So be really, really wary of the price history of NFTs. Just because somebody, quote unquote, bought it for that doesn't mean that anyone else will, because it might have just been the creator selling to themselves. Okay, so I think we're about at the end of our time. If there's any more questions or anybody else wants to know more about this, we'll be back in an hour and we can talk about this some more in our open session or whatever people want to discuss. So thank you all for tuning in and following along, and let us know if you like these types of sessions that are more interactive, and we can continue with this format. Or we can just let us know what you guys want to see in the future. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Shane. That was awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like the idea of these interactive sessions where we can set somebody up in a wallet and then fund them with a little bit of lumens and then have some actual transactions. So I think we'll be doing more of this. So our next open house will be on March the 12th. and we'll probably do kind of a repeat of this and get some more activity. Keep in mind, and I'm gonna show my, or excuse me, share my screen here. The next event that you should really watch out for is on the 23rd of February. We will have Jason Horton doing a session on advanced NFTs. And I'm pulling that up on the screen share right now. So let me tell you a little bit about this because it's going to be a real opportunity. Okay, hopefully everybody can see this. So Jason Horton is the chief architect of Nori.com, and Nori is a fairly new company that's gotten a significant amount of funding, and they are doing carbon sequestration using NFTs. And so basically, I make the analogy, imagine a block of carbon in your driveway that's a ton of carbon. For like 15 bucks, you could have that jettisoned off the face of the earth and into the sun or whatever, removed from the atmosphere. And that's what Nori's doing. So it's not carbon trading, it's actually carbon removal. And Jason has created a non-fungible token that resides within a non-fungible token in order to offset the carbon emissions that are estimated to be associated with a non-fungible token. So in this instance, you are seeing John Lennon's jacket from, I think, Sgt. Pepper's, or one of the Beatle era items. And John Lennon's son, Julian Lennon, recently auctioned off this jacket along with some other things that were wrapped in an NFT. And I think the highest item was some notes from Sir Paul McCartney on when he was writing Hey Jude, and that went for $76,800. And Jason's carbon offset NFT was embedded within the NFT that represented the authenticity of that set of notes from Paul McCartney. So anyway, we're going to be going over that on February 23rd at 7 p.m. Arizona time. And we're going to have some follow-up sessions by invitation for Saturdays like this, where Jason will be going over some of the technical aspects of smart contracts and NFTs. So be sure to tune in for that. My name is Jay Carpenter. Again, I'm the founder of Desert Blockchain, and feel free to reach out to me. My LinkedIn address is in the notes for the YouTube channel. We're going to go on to a basically just a placeholder for the live stream and the Zoom for about an hour, and then at 1 p.m. Arizona time, we'll open it back up. If anybody has some general conversation or items you'd like to talk about, that'll be the time to do that. So 1 p.m. Arizona time. In the meantime, for the next time we have an open house here in the Desert Blockchain Camp, we're going to be having some general conversation. We've got about 10 people here, and so it's always preferable, in my view, to be here in person, but if you can't, we've got the Zoom and the YouTube live stream. So thank you very much. We're going to go to the splash screen and then rejoin us in about an hour. Okay, it's about 1 o'clock and we are going to open up the Zoom and the live stream for anybody who wants to talk about things in general. We've just been having a great conversation here at camp, Desert Blockchain Camp, in person, had some lunch, had some free pizza provided by Desert Blockchain. And if anybody is watching this, 1 o'clock, or the live stream, feel free to type in your questions and we'll include that in the conversation. This conversation is continuing to go on, but let me talk about, and I'll tell all you guys about this, but this is an event that I came across just a few days ago, which is an NFT Connect, and it's going to be out at a facility called Legacy Sports USA. It's by Williamsfield Airport. I don't know anything about the event. This is not a recommendation. It's just something to be aware of. So, you can Google it. But it's happening here in Arizona. The promoters are saying it's going to be a big deal, but we'll see. I think it's the first event they put on. So it's like half an E, so $1,500 or so to get in, but we'll see how it takes shape. So I'm looking at the live stream. We've got a couple people on maybe, and we'll just leave this open for about 5 or 10 minutes. If nobody jumps in with any questions, then we'll shut it down. But just a reminder, on the 23rd of February at 7 p.m., we do have Jason Horton talking about advanced NFT use cases, specifically the Nori NFT that is a carbon sequestration NFT, and it's being used in some very interesting use cases. So tune in for that. And then our next open house will be in March 12th, Saturday, second Saturday of the month. And feel free to jump in on that. So anyway, I'm going to leave this. Oh, somebody said, okay, somebody's making a comment. Looks like it's kind of a joke, but anyway. So, yeah.
So he created 10, or made an offer on Lightmint for 10 of the NFTs that he created, right?
Right.
But at that point, is it still an NFT then? If there's more than one, is it still not fungible?
So yeah,
Or is it like each individual?
Each one is a copy of, it's like a limited edition print.
Yeah, like, and that's how I was kind of thinking of it, but those have like specific serial numbers, right?
Right.
So would those 10 have their own? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. You should ask Shane about it, but I'm pretty sure each one would have its own identifier, one of those long strings, basically, or it should.
Okay.
So,
but I guess with that, I struggle in seeing how they're like, yes, it's, copy number 1, copy number 2, but because they're stored digitally, or they are digital, I guess, like, unlike a physical copy of a print, right, where they can each have, different quality levels and whatnot. With that one, I guess maybe the only difference is the string of ownership on them.
all right, Shane would be in a better position to answer that, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So the 10 NFTs that you created are all virtually identical except for their identifier.
So yes and no. So those 10 versions of that same NFT, if they were true NFTs, they should be individually identifiable. But that's my only real qualm with Lightmint, and I've talked about it in a bunch of sessions before. I didn't mention today, is they aren't actually unique. I wouldn't even really call them NFTs.
Okay, and that's what I was.
They're really, it's really like they're really like a token.
Okay,
More
just
than
a
an
limited
NFT.
release
They're-
token.
Yeah, exactly. And so for a true NFT, you need to be able to distinguish between the first edition and the 5th edition.
Okay.
And there is totally ways to do that on Stellar. It was just a little bit more in depth than I wanted to go into in this sort of really beginner facing tutorial that we were doing. And we've gone into it in previous sessions to much greater length. So I've created my own NFT generator for Stellar that does actually create uniquely identifiable NFTs. So
Is it timestamp or like a number?
it's a number. So like if we were going to call the NFT blockchain, it would, so I like to include a 00 edition. I just feel like it's fun programming like quip or whatever, because 0 is a number. So if I was going to generate those 10 NFTs using my NFT generator, it would generate it out as blockchain 00, blockchain 01, blockchain 02, all the way down to blockchain 10. And so those would each be uniquely identifiable, and each one would only have a mint of 1, as opposed to just minting 10 blockchain.
It'd be 09, right?
So yeah, I've meant 11 of them.
Oh, okay.
If I was going to go all the way out.
Sorry,
to-
height up.
Sure, yeah. It would be, including the 00, you can either only mint up to 9 if you want to actually mint 10 of them. So I just didn't, we've done demos on my NFT generator before. It's not as easy to publicly access. So we're trying out this new format this week.
Okay.
Just trying to create something that people could really follow along with. And so that's why I use Lightmint.
Yeah.
But if I was going to actually generate 10 NFTs that I wanted to sell for reals, I would use my own generator, or I would manually use Lightmint to generate 10 actually. And I would just individually dump it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I was going to do more than 10, I absolutely wouldn't do it manually. If I wanted to do 30 or 50 or 1,000, I'd use my own generator that automatically numbers them for me. Which gets a little bit complicated in the Stellar ecosystem, because then you have to post file. You have to create like a sort of like a data file for each one of them. But I've been generated that as well.
How do you solve or are there
But I think that's a
solutions for, and I don't know if it's really sort of the opposite, I guess, the double spend problem, like a double mint or like a
So
duplicate.
that's with the issuing account. That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
So like if somebody wanted to try to create a fake version of it,
Yeah.
they would be using a different issuing account.
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy.
And
like,
so-
are you familiar with like?
I don't know that much
system
about
or-
it.
Not very much, no, but like,
It's just
I
flood
mean,
everything.
so let's say you're somebody like
Grab everything you can.
Banksy, right? But I guess Banksy can have a publicly visible wallet, but the only way we know that it's really his or coming from Banksy is if Banksy makes a statement that says, this is
Correct.
my,
Like if
Wallet.
it's official Twitter, he posts
Yeah.
that link, or on his official
Okay.
website, he includes that. So Stellar specifically has kind of 2 ways of doing that for double protection, I guess. So not only is the account that generates the NFT unique, so if somebody posts on their Twitter or their website, or like, these are our legit accounts, but also on top of that, the TOML file, which is what the Stellar, like decentralized exchange uses to like index things and actually make things searchable. So you can TOML. In that file, you can also include your official accounts in there. So it can go, so anyone, so if somebody's got like a Stellar decentralized exchange UI, like a browser interface or whatever, that can double check to make sure that the TOML file associated with the asset you're looking at officially lists that account. And so you can, so if you were the developer of that interface, you could exclude anything that doesn't actually include that, and that would eliminate a lot of the fakes. So beginning users wouldn't come on and accidentally buy a fake that, links to, so like one thing,
Well, and
not
who would-
specifically with NFTs, but like somebody was creating fake tokens for this project called
Yeah.
LumenSwap. And they were, it was redirecting to the real LumenSwap website. So it was getting a lot of people, but the real LumenSwap website where that TOML file is hosted doesn't list that account. So if the developer was really doing their due diligence when they created the interface, they could have just automatically removed all of those fakes.
Okay.
So two things. One, so on whether it's Mint, Lumen,
Lumen swap?
no, the Mint one,
Lightmint.
Lightmint or OpenSea. Did the artist have an official like portfolio page?
So yeah, most of those NFT marketplaces do include a way for artists to get officially verified. So that's what I'm saying, where like Twitter does or whatever.
Because that's what I'm wondering is who's, like, how would a disinterested party decide who actually created it if you have two parties? Who is it, just who put it on a blockchain first, or
Or a third party
when we're talking
identity
about, yeah,
agency like
yeah, so
trusted,
that's one thing Jay's really
Right,
into,
like-
just decentralized identity.
right?
Yeah.
Prove who you really are on the internet. As far as, so there's a few different aspects to that. So like, personally, I'm making NFTs for my game. And anybody could take the art side of it and copy it and just create a duplicate fake NFT. But there's going to be other aspects. So like my NFTs are going to be yield bearing. So, if you're holding this NFT, you get 10 of my token every day or whatever.
okay,
And anybody who created a fake version of it would not have that functionality because my script only does it for the official NFTs. So if there's additional functionality like that, that's a really easy way to prove that yours is real or whatever.
And
But
it's just
when
cool.
Yeah, but when we're talking about just art, a lot of that is a major problem. So what is the website? So there's a website, DeviantArt, where a lot of people post just art or whatever. They've actually got a tool on there that lets artists search all current NFTs and see if their art has been stolen and minted as an NFT. And that's a hugely popular tool, but it's sort of just like, it's an effort in futility.
Yeah, 'cause
Like, yes, you can see that someone stole
But
your
I don't
art
know
and
what
minted
to
it,
do about
but yeah, you have no recourse. After that, you can talk to, you can try to email OpenSea and ask them to take it down. They won't.
You know, from, again, I bring back the like free market perspective a lot. It's that problem that makes people like little stuff like have it like a bearing.
Yeah,
Very,
there
like
has to be
things like
some
you're
functionality.
differentiating your product because of this functional inability to like manage duplication. Right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's kind. I mean, yes, it's a problem. I'm not supporting that, but at the same time, there is a certain level of innovation that comes
Yeah.
out of that limitation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, most people, even with a limited understanding, if they took 30 seconds to Google it, they could figure out if it's a fake NFT or not, you know?
It's an awful text.
But most people won't, most people, if I find an NFT that I like, I almost always just take the image and throw it in, a reverse image search and see where it came from, or if the artist who actually posted it first has said anything about minting an NFT, so that I don't buy an NFT that's just stolen art.
Yeah.
I try to do that, and yeah, literally it takes 30 seconds.
because I guess,
But most people don't.
yeah, like what I'm thinking of is how it works for people who are not high notoriety or high profile, where it's, somebody who's maybe getting ripped off by somebody who is high profile.
Absolutely.
How do they say, yeah, that's great, but, I'm actually the person who created this, and the other person says, well, I put it on the blockchain first. It's like, well, yeah, they just stole it from
Yeah,
me first.
Exactly.
Or they went to their DeviantArt page, grabbed it, put it up there
Yeah.
before they ever even did put it up. That
Yeah.
There's no reason that couldn't happen all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that when we're talking about NFTs that are specifically just digital art,
Yeah,
that's where that's a huge problem.
Okay.
Because most people who are scammers or whatever, they know that a lot of people are new.
yeah.
And that they don't know how to check. They
Yeah.
don't even think about it. And so they take advantage of it. And that sucks, but I mean, it's gonna be the case forever and always in humanity. And so, yeah, I think that there are unique ways to prove that, your art is really being posted by you.
Yeah.
In that way. But yeah, I think that NFTs with additional functionality that's my preferred way of going about it. And that additional functionality is the proof that clearly this is associated with my project. Because additional functionalities posted on my own website.
So
Go ahead.
before we continue the conversation, Charlie, you brought some books. Did you want to say anything before I shut down the?
I just, we had talked last week, I had met this gentleman in venture capital group that I take part in remotely on LinkedIn. Matt Portnow, the NFT handbook. I've not read this one yet. These other two are the current books that are part of our curriculum in Duke's blockchain application certification. And they're pretty good so far. This one I admittedly not got to. These two are pretty good so far. They're a couple. This one's a couple years old, but I think it gives a really good overview of some of these use cases that we've been talking about. And I think that the conversation has obviously advanced, and especially some of the considerations that we need to think about to verify identity. But I think the use cases as a whole, it's a good primer to take a peek at for sure.
Cool. So I'm going to shut down the Zoom and the live stream here, and I'll just say a couple things. First of all, thanks for participating. Second of all, I go hiking at 3:30 after these events, and if you're interested in hiking with me, I go to North Mountain Visitor Center and take off from there. We usually conclude about 5 o'clock, but we're going to include some sort of hiking activity in association with these gatherings. And above and beyond that, just thanks for participating. I'm going to shut this down. This will be available in a trimmed down version sometime tomorrow. There's a long leader on the front of this, which you can just skip through because need to for anyway, a variety of reasons, but the front end on this will get trimmed down. So thanks for your time and attention. Look forward to seeing you at the next open house, which will be March the 8th. And stay tuned for February 23rd at 7 p.m. with Jason Horton. That'll be really, really awesome. And thanks. And let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. Carpenter at desertblockchain.com. Goodbye.